So how does click-through rate, cost per click, CPA, CPM, all of these statistics on Meta work together to tell you how you can improve your results on Meta ads, and what is the step-by-step process that you should actually follow to improve said results? Well, I want you to remember that all these analytics are a reflection of how good your ad actually is. It's not bidding strategy or competitors or Meta trying to be evil and ruin your ads. It is a reflection of your ability to create an outstanding advertisement to a strong target market. And that should excite you, not make you upset, because it means that you can actually improve things. If it's just the evil Meta algorithm, there's really nothing you can do. But if it is the ad, then you can improve things. So let's go through what I mean by that. Your cost per action is effectively a result of how good your product is, if it is priced properly, and then how good the ad is and how well it is targeting the people who want to buy your products. Your click-through rate is specifically going to be talking about how your ICP views the message that you're talking about, and your cost per click is a culmination between your click-through rate and your CPM. Your CPM is a result of how high quality Meta thinks your ad is. Meta thinks your ad is higher quality if more people engage with it, and if it passes the quality metrics that Meta has set up. This just basically means that the video quality is high, that it's clear, and that it has good value. Now, you can manually improve your statistics a little bit by adjusting your bidding strategy, but this is not the correct way to do things. The correct way to do things is to improve your ad to a point where you don't need to adjust your bidding strategy unless you're attempting to run retargeting ads or something more advanced. By the way, if you're less than $50,000 a month in ad spend, do not worry about your bidding strategy. And so effectively, all of these pieces are pieces of how good your ad is and things that you can actually improve. CPA is a result of all of these things working together, while each individual piece can be improved. If you want a better click-through rate, have a better ICP with a better message type. If you want a lower CPM, make a higher quality ad. And if you try to manually fix this by adjusting the algorithm or your bidding strategy, a lot of the time what you're actually doing is forcing a square peg in a circle hole. It just doesn't work. You are forcing something that is not the normal way that things would go, which means that you're over time going to have lower and lower results. And I do want to give you a quick reminder, I offer a free trial of implementing all of these strategies, filming and editing all of your creatives, and then putting them in the ad manager. And if it works, I will do it on a profit split with zero cost up front. So if that sounds interesting, go to the first link in the description, fill out the form. But let's get back to it. The way that I learned this was at my first ecom store that I ran for myself back in 2024. And this relationship became incredibly apparent. At the time, I was running ads for a product that helped you quit vaping. It was effectively like just puffing air that was flavored versus having all those chemicals, and it was cheaper than actual vape. And it was $29.99. I had a product cost of about $12.50. And then on top of that, I had ad spend or shipping if I wanted to cover that. I also had a subscription on the back end, which increased my lifetime gross profit to $55 on average. The problem was acquisition. My ad spend was oftentimes over $75 to acquire one customer. And if I was only making $55 over the entire lifetime of the customer, then I was losing $20 for every new customer I got. And that was over a period of 6 months. In the first month, I was probably losing $50-$60. So how did I improve it? The first thing that I did is I stopped showcasing the product as a product and I started showcasing it as a problem solver. The goal was to quit vaping, not move to a different type of vaping. So instead of focusing on the fact that this was just very similar to vaping, it was just maybe a little healthier, I actually focused on the fact that it was going to help you quit vaping because it didn't have any negative chemicals in it. So you could use it to wean off of vaping and then quit both products entirely. Then I showcased the behavior that people did not want to have while they were trying to quit vaping. For example, there was a very high performing ad where I showcased young teens walking past people vaping outside of a Walmart and being disgusted by it. And that ad had a really high click-through rate because it reminded people why they were interested in quitting in the first place. By changing the messaging to problem first, by changing the visuals to problem first, by changing the call to action to solution oriented and benefits oriented, I improved the overall results of the ad, lowering my CPA all the way below $10 sometimes, but it averaged probably $10 to $15. This meant I was profitable on the first purchase and the subscription was almost entirely profit. But the biggest lesson came after that. Two mechanisms were actually driving improvement, even though it was not obvious to me at the time. The first thing was message market fit. how well was I targeting one person who needed to buy this product, and how well was I articulating the pain that they were experiencing? That is message market fit. How well you understand who's going to buy and how well you understand why they are going to buy. And if you can put that into an ad, your ads will perform better. The second thing was actually advertising costs and how CPM relates to that. By creating a higher quality ad that was more engaging for anybody, not even those who were exclusively interested in quitting vaping, my CPMs dropped very significantly. Oftentimes I was getting $4 or $5 CPMs down from $50, $60, $70 CPMs. And importantly, even though I did not directly optimize CPA at all, my CPA massively improved because I was able to lower my costs and increase my conversion rate. So, step by step, how do you actually do this for your business? First thing you want to do is start with the click-through rate. This is the clearest signal that you can articulate to why your ads are not performing. If people are not clicking on your ad, the ad is not good. That means the problem is your creative. You need a stronger ICP and you need a stronger message type. Now, I have an entire article going through ICP and a video on this channel, but in general, an ICP is a very specific single person who is interested in buying your product and has a very clear pain point. So you want to make sure that that is well articulated. Once your click-through rate improves, you want to monitor your other statistics. CPM, cost per click, and CPA are all residual effects of different metrics. If you notice that your CPM is very high, the easiest thing that you can do to improve that is to refilm your ad higher quality, meaning 1080p, but also higher quality in the fact that it is more engaging for people who are not interested in buying your product, but just are on social media. This lowers your CPM because Facebook, Instagram, Meta, LinkedIn, all of the platforms want to keep people on their platform. And if your ad is pushing them off the platform and or scrolling fast and lowering their interest, then they know that they should charge you more because you are negatively affecting their platform. Versus if you are positively affecting their platform by making your ad very, very good and very engaging, then they will reward you with very low cost. And finally, CPA is just a validation metric. Is this working? Is the product good? Is it priced appropriately? And is the ad working well to bring people in to look at that pricing? If your CPA is still high, even though your ad performance is very good, it likely means your product is not that good or it's priced too high. You can only adjust your CPA after you fully fix your advertising because you only know if it's your landing page or your conversion rate if you're actually getting traffic onto your page. And remember, I have this full article linked in the description right under the free trial, which will give you all of the things that I talked about in this on a performance basis. And this full article will have even more detail about how you can implement this yourself, even if you do not take that free trial offer. Go ahead and take a look in the description.